Hi witches, it's me, White Raven. At the moment, I am finishing editing the video that I'm sharing for you guys today. It's a video that is coming from a deep place in my heart, and this video is dedicated to Rocco, which is a dog that fell victim of a curse of another witch for very frivolous reasons. Rocco was the sweet people, was an emotional support dog for somebody that I love very much, that is an autistic kid that means a lot to me. So I'm sharing this video with you. If you have ever been a victim of something so despicable as someone killing your dog, this video is for you. And above all, this video is dedicated to Rocco. Witches, so blessed be. This is White Raven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. Thank you so very much for being here with me today. Today I have a spell that comes from the bottom of my heart, and it's a spell that I should have shared with you many years ago. I do not know why I haven't shared this spell with you guys. It is a justify spell. This is going to be a curse, and we're not going to be very nice towards the person that we are aiming this curse for. But before I go into the spell today, again, I want to welcome you. I am White Raven, and I'm here to teach you witchcraft, what it is to be a witch from my perspective. Magic is very different for everybody, and the map of the world is not the same for you as it is for me. So if this is something that interests you, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every week. I am here to teach you a lot of spells, curses. I love books, and I love to teach. So stick around. I want to be for you what I wish I had when I started. Which is, I receive your emails every day, and I read them every day, believe it or not. I really do. I read a lot of your emails. I read your comments. I read your messages. I really do. Some of these messages and some of these emails really break my heart, and they make me think a lot. You may think I disregard some of these things, but I really think a lot about you when I read your emails. Particularly, some of your situations really break my heart. And today, I'm going to share with you a spell that is my own spell. And we're going to be working on this spell together. I'm going to be doing this spell for someone. So we're going to be making magic together. If you can send some so motive be towards this spell, I'm going to really appreciate that help from you. It's a little bit of energy that I'm going to gather from you. Again, I'm going to be doing this spell. This is a real spell. I'm going to be working a real spell in here today with you. And I need your help. I need your assistance. So if you're watching this video, no matter if it's 10 years from now, 100 years from now, just say so let it be, because you are assisting me with this magic. But today we are going to make sure that an animal abuser, an animal killer, pays for his or her transgression. In my case, it's a her. I do not know her name, but I know a lot of things about her. I'm going to make her pay for the death of a dog that was very dear to me, Rocco. One of you guys emailed me recently, and you shared with me that somebody in your neighborhood was killing animals. Today I'm going to be doing this hex towards somebody that is killing dogs. If you need this curse, if you need this hex for somebody that is killing cats, then the one thing that you have to do, which is you need to change the deity that you are going to be using, because in my particular case, I'm going to be using the one and only Anubis. Anubis is one of my spirits. Anubis is one of the deities that I work with. I'm very close to Anubis. He is part of my spiritual chart. and I attend Anubis every single week. So I'm going to be looking for vengeance against someone that actually did magic against Rocco, and Rocco died as a result of this magic that this person sent to him. There's been a lot of very evil news out there on people abusing animals. And it is absolutely gruesome the kind of things that they do to dogs and the kind of things that they do to cats. And I'm not going to stop there, because we have poachers and we have a lot of hunters that do this as a sport, and they kill regal animals. They kill animals for absolutely no reason whatsoever, other than for them to say that they hunt a lion, that they hunt a tiger, that they hunt a giraffe. You know what I mean. I have no patience and I have no tolerance for people that live their lives killing innocent animals. And today we're going to do a spell, and it's extremely simple, witches, because the purpose of this video and the purpose of this spell is for you to be able to do it without any issue, without any problems. If you think your pet has been the victim of an evil killer, an abuser, this is the spell for you. The things that we're going to be using in the spell are going to be very little. It's going to be very simple, which is, but you have to go out of your way for a few of them. Number one, we are going to be using, or we are going to be calling upon the help of Anubis. A lot of the Egyptian gods and spirits, if you look upon the Egyptian pantheon, you're going to see that a lot of their gods have the heads of a lot of animals. So if you need the help with a cat, for example, then you're going to go to the Egyptian pantheon. If you do not want to use any pantheon whatsoever, like for me, for example, I'm using Anubis because Anubis is a jackal, so he is related to dogs. But if you do not want to use any pantheon, if you don't want to do any gods, there are some saints, like for example, San Francisco de Assis, that is a good saint to take care of your animals. Also, San Lazaro loves his dog. So if you want to work with San Lazaro, which in turn is Babaluaye from the Santeria religion and the African diaspora religions, so you're going to use Babaluaye. So try to use any deity, any spirits that pertain to you and that you feel a relationship with, so your spell can have more meaning and better results to you. For this spell, I'm going to be using a cemetery dirt. And before I go into this spell, I want to talk to you witches a little bit about cemetery dirt and the protocol behind picking up cemetery dirt from your local cemetery. Number one, you have to be extremely careful. A lot of cemeteries now, they have a lot of security, right? Because they are trying to avoid and they're trying to make sure to control any type of damages into the tombs. There's a lot of crazy people out there, and there's a lot of ignorant people out there, and they like to go to the cemetery to vandalize tombs. So I understand the protection that some cemeteries nowadays have, right? So you have to be very careful when you go into a cemetery. But if you go into a cemetery and you are going to use cemetery dirt, because we're going to need cemetery dirt for this, which is, make sure you grab this cemetery dirt from the surrounding property of the cemetery. You don't necessarily need this from a specific tomb. You can perfectly use cemetery ground dirt for this spell. When you go into a cemetery, witches, you have to make sure that when you enter the cemetery, precisely because you are going to be taking something from that holy place, make sure that you ask permission. You enter the cemetery grounds, you ask permission to the spirit of the gate. In my particular case, I asked permission to San Elias, el varón del cementerio. And I have talked to you guys about San Elias. So if I go to the cemetery, I'm going to ask San Elias, I need some dirt from your grounds, and I'm going to give you this gift. And you're going to take with you a gift. And this could be coins, this could be alcohol, this could be candy, whatever you feel or whatever you feel moved to give into your cemetery. You know your cemetery, you know what to give as a token of gratitude and token of respect. So I go into the cemetery, San Elias, I am here to collect some dirt from the grounds of your land. This is my offering to you. And you put it in the entrance of the cemetery, whatever it is that you are going to offer the guardian spirit of the cemetery. And whenever we enter a cemetery, we have to take into consideration that we are walking in sacred ground, and we have to be very respectful. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of people buried in the grounds that you're walking upon. So please make sure that you're extremely respectful and reverent when you're walking in a cemetery. Now for this spell, we don't need the dirt of any particular tomb, but I want you to have cemetery dirt. Once you collect this dirt, which is, make sure that you also leave an offering in the spot where you collected that dirt. Then you are going to leave, and you are going to leave not looking back. If you can take a little spray bottle and you can put some Florida water, for example, make sure that when you're walking out, you're spraying Florida water. You spray Florida water on you. And the important thing is that you walk out of the cemetery without looking back. We are trying to avoid having any type of hitchhiking spirits coming with you back at home. This could happen. So just try to leave the cemetery spraying some Florida water, some holy water behind you, and do not look back when you leave. Now, which is, once you get home, the first thing that you are going to do, you are going to sift your cemetery dirt. You're going to have your cemetery dirt, you're going to put it into a sifter, and you are going to sift the dirt, because you want this dirt extremely powdery, pretty much like this. This is the way you use cemetery dirt. You want to sift your dirt. And in this particular case, which is, we're going to mix our dirt, our cemetery dirt, with mullein. Mullein looks like this. It is a weed. A lot of people have the luck of having mullein in their homes. You may not be one of those lucky people. For this particular spell, I'm going to have some mullein in my website. If you want to go ahead and look for it, I'm going to leave a link in the description of the video. Also, for this spell, witches, we are going to need just simply black pepper. We also are going to need a black candle. Now, I understand that black candles sometimes are really hard to get. So if you do not have a black candle, a regular white candle will do. Because we need the pepper to stick into this candle, we're going to use some olive oil. And when I said some olive oil, we need a teaspoon of olive oil. I have some in here in this little shell. You also are going to need a container where you can put not only your cemetery dirt and your mullein, but also you can just put in there your candle. Make sure this container is fireproof, because we are going to be lighting up this candle, and we are going to make this candle burn and consume all the way through. I make myself this pretty container. I put some curry shells on it, and I just did myself this container. Again, which is, we are going to need your justified anger. There is no reason whatsoever that an abuser and an animal killer should be tolerated. There is no reason whatsoever for you to tolerate an animal abuser. They have no room in our world, and they deserve all the punishment that they are getting. I am personally going to advocate for the Pitbull Rocco, and I'm going to say punishment some serious punishment to the lady that cursed him, because in this particular case it was a witch. So I'm sending a curse straight back at the lady that hurt Rocco and eventually brought upon his death. I am going to be using for this curse the one and only Anubis. He is one of my spirits, like I told you, and he is going to be the one completing this curse. You can use any deity that makes you feel comfortable. If it's a cat, I suggest for you to do the research that pertain to cats. If it's a horse, please make sure to research the deities that pertain to horse. And if you have any questions, just email me. Okay, witches, my justified anger is right here at the top of my skin. I am ready to complete this curse. Let's do it. Okay, witches, in my particular case, I do not know the name of the person that killed Rocco, but it doesn't matter because I know how to describe the person. I know where she lived and I know how to describe this person. If you do not know the name of the person that killed your dog, that poisoned your dog or your cat or your animal, just put in the candle abuser, or put in the candle killer, or put in the candle the person that killed my dog, so and so, the person that killed Rocco, the person, you know what I'm saying? Just put in the candle whoever you think it was that did this transgression, that killed your animal. Very important. So from the top of your candle all the way to the bottom, you're going to write whoever the name of that person is, or you're going to write in here however you describe that person. You are going to put in this candle whoever that person was, however you can describe it. Depending on the size of your candle, you can also put in here whatever it is that you want this person to feel. If you want this person to feel the same pain that your dog felt, that's what you're going to write in here. If you want this person to have terrors every night when she falls asleep, then you're going to write in there. You're going to put in here whatever it is, no matter how bad it is. This person deserves your wrath. You're going to write it in here. And witches, you must gather your justified anger. This person deserves all the pain and all the evil that they put into your dog. Have no mercy. Okay, witches, once you finish inscribing this candle, we have some olive oil in here, and I'm going to put some olive oil in the candle. You don't really need that much, witches, but you need a little bit of olive oil for you to anoint this candle so the pepper that we are going to put on it sticks. Please make sure that when you are anointing this candle, you are grounding that evil person in here. Just visualize, witches. You got to visualize it. Just put that evil woman in here that killed Rocco. I am grounding you in here in this candle, and you're going to pay for all the pain that my dog went through. Now, we're going to have some of this pepper, which is... Pepper is going to bring about pain, guilt. She's not going to be able to sleep just thinking about what she did. Make sure your candle has enough pepper, but make sure you also remove some of the excess, because the idea is not for your candle to die on you because of how much pepper it has. All right, so put some of that pepper to the side. Oh, charge it, witches, charge. Feel that energy coming out of you and into this candle. Now let's get your container, witches. I have my little Anubis here, and I have big Anubis here to the side. You guys don't see it, but he's right here. And what we're going to do, which is we are going to put some of your cemetery dirt in this container. Once you feel satisfied with the amount of cemetery dirt you have in there, you're going to put some mullein on it. Make sure that you have enough dirt to ground your candle. Okay, I think I have enough in there. Now, which is, please make sure that when you're burning this candle, you are watching constantly. I got Anubis over here. Now let's light our candle, witches. And this is the chant that you are going to chant while this candle is burning. For every howl, for every moan, for all the pain that Rocco endured, I curse you. For every howl, for every moan, for all the pain that Rocco endured, I curse you. For every howl, for every moan, for all the pain that Rocco endured, witch, bitch, I curse you. You're going to repeat that chant 3 times, witches. Anubis, hear my cry. Use your powerful snout. Find and bind this evildoer that hurt your child. Keep her drowning, for this is the outcome of her transgression. Finish her and bring forth justice upon this evildoer. And it is done. Witches, you are going to leave this candle consume all the way down. And once it's done and consume all the way down, you need to take this remnant to the cemetery. Now, I'm not telling you here to leave this in any tomb. I am telling you to leave this dirt mixed with the wax and the mullein and the pepper in the cemetery grounds. Make sure you leave an offering. If you are working with Anubis, Anubis loves beer, Anubis loves bread. That is an easy offering that you can give to Anubis if Anubis help you with this spell. Do not falter, witches, and take the spell all the way through. This is an easy spell for you to perform when somebody has killed one of your pets. And that's it, witches. Thank you so very much for being with me yet another Monday. I hope this curse gives you some closure for you to know that you are able to punish whoever it is that did this evil act against your pet. Do not take abuse. We are here to make things right, and whoever deserves punishment will get it from your own hands. Make sure to visit my website, which is whiteraven and witcheslayer.com. I have a lot of new products in there for you. I am going to have the cemetery dirt in my website, and I'm also going to have the mullein in my website, just in case you cannot find it around your area. Please know that the cemetery dirt that I will be selling in my website, it is 100% cemetery dirt. 100%. It's not going to be mixed with absolutely anything, but it's coming from the grounds of a cemetery. It's not coming from any particular tomb. You know, when you are working with cemetery dirt and you're using a tomb of someone, you need to follow different protocols. But for this particular spell, cemetery ground dirt is the right dirt for you to have. So I want to let you know that this is 100% cemetery dirt. Also, if you have any questions, email me at layerofthewitch@yahoo.com. Remember, witches, I do not work for people. All right, and I don't teach people either. I'll answer some questions, but please don't have me going back and forth with conversations with you, because I can't. I don't have the time. It will be unfair for you and it will be unfair for me. Also, I am in Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Visit me there. I am here to help you. Your wish is my command. Thank you so much for the person that wrote me an email to request this spell. You remind me that I needed to do this. It was in the back of my head for a very long time. Thank you so much for your inspiration. Witches, you must stay so very smart, because knowledge is power. You need to learn about your magic. You need to learn about your surroundings. You need to learn about energy. You need to learn about so many things. But in this world, above all, you must stay, which is so very wicked. Bye.